Well, Steve, I have you on camera today because we want to talk about standards. The who, the what, the why, the how, all the questions. You know, I even run out of questions because I'm going to try and ask so many questions. But standards is the topic of discussion today. We're here at Automate. There's automation everywhere, and that's where we're going to kind of focus, right? So standards of living, can't be that. Standards of automation, maybe. Standards, where do we go from here, my friend?
Maybe talk about what standards are. And that's probably a good spot to start. So when we talk about standards, we're talking about pre-engineered solutions and things that are typically going to be in stock, inventory items that you can purchase for quick delivery, and typically they're going to be engineered for quick ROI. So when we talk about standards, maybe start with what they are, and that's what they are. They're just pre-engineered solutions to overcome labor challenges.
So we've got the what out of the way, and we're trying to help those labor challenges. So we have all the other, let's start with next, where? Where can they be applied?
Yeah, well, the beauty of the standards are, and especially what we try to do, we try to cover many different verticals. And when I say verticals, I mean different applications. For instance, behind us, you'll see a Fast Flex, which is for palletizing. And in the background over here, you'll see a CX product line, which is more for machine tending. And even our newest product line is a fast gauge, which is for gauging. So there's a lot of different areas that we can apply as standards, and we have this for welding or fabrication, or even back here you'll see an AMR that's running around on the floor. So we try to cover as many different applications as possible, and this is a good example of what we've got.
All right, so we've got the what, we know what standards are. We've got some of the where, we can apply them. As you guys have, with this merger, really become an expert at almost all thing automation, right? You kind of incorporated, well, like I just said, everything. Yeah. So let's move into some of the other questions of the whys and the hows, and let's just get into standards in general. They obviously exist for a reason, right? We're talking about them for a purpose. So conveying to the audience about standards. Let's wrap this up. Let's bring it all together. And standards as a whole, they exist for reasons that help everyone.
Yeah. Well, there's a bunch of different reasons, but I think the biggest one is where we find is a lot of smaller shops or people that have not gotten into automation yet, maybe a little nervous or think that, hey, this is too expensive for me to justify. When we look at the pre-engineered solutions, we're able to keep the costs low, right? And so it's a good opportunity for you to invest in automation, still get that quick return on investment, but it can be more of a quick win for you and your company, and get the buy-in and understand where maybe a larger custom system can take you and how it can improve your business. So a lot of benefits to the standard products. Because, and again, they're typically going to be quick delivery, they're going to be easy to interact with, and they're going to be a quick ROI.
I think that's a fantastic answer, and I've gone through the who's and the what's and the whys, but I have now my own question to ask you as well, Steve, because you did mention automation as a standard, where it can be applied, what the standards are. We're working currently in a world where additives are growing, where we've always done a reduction of material as well, where it's CNC machining. We've typically around the world and around the industry said, I'm going to take this part from this machine, put it here, then do some CMM work, then put it here, some deburring, whatever you do. I said it in a different order, but the order of operations usually is a human operation. And what we're doing and what we're talking about is standardizing automation as a whole as we evolve into this more modern situation. Is that kind of what we're doing here, is standardizing something where standards used to be elsewhere? Let's standardize the automation side of things.
Yeah, sure. And I think the way I could answer something like that or talk more about it is we really want to try to find a way to remove all the material handling from the moment that material comes to your door to the moment that leaves. And so everywhere from offloading a truck or putting it on an AMR to run that product over to another unit that picks it up to load a machine. And once we unload that machine, and now it goes back on an AMR and goes off to another palletizing to palletize those parts, and then ultimately back to that truck, where we don't have to have that added labor to move that material around. And we start taking our employees for higher engaging positions and let the robots do this mundane, repetitive stuff.
Absolutely right, Steve. So I'm going to close this thing out with inviting you to start a machine shop with me. We'll make it run fully autonomous, make automation a standard, and it'll just be a couple of us running around while the automation does the rest.
Exactly. It'll be cocktails and cigars all day for us while robots are running in the background.
Okay, that sounds fantastic. Can we name the machine shop the Standard?
Let's do it. That's
Absolutely.
a good one. I love it.
Welcome to our new machine shop, the Standard, with Steve and I. Welcome to Acieta, with the experts of all things automation, integration. That's where the integration partner can come in and help you as well. Steve, as always, a pleasure to talk with you and learn from you as well.
As well here. Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.